let's talk Thunderbolts and let's talk spoilers. What is the Asterisk? Well, first, if you haven't seen my spoiler-free review, check that out. But basically, the Asterisk is obviously that their name is not the Thunderbolts. So what is their name? Well, by the end of the movie, we find out that they are the New Avengers. Before we get too deep into the video, I want to talk about what spoilers we're going to be spoiling for Thunderbolts. So, we're going to be talking about the Asterisk, which I just mentioned. And we're going to dive deeper into what that means for the future of the MCU and my thoughts on that as well. We're also going to talk about Bob. And we're going to talk about the elephant in the room, and that's whether or not Taskmaster is even in the movie. With the biggest rumor swirling online being that Taskmaster is killed early in the film. We're going to talk about Bob, Sentry, the Void. We're also going to talk about the end credits scene. There are two end credits scenes in Thunderbolts. One that happens right after the movie ends, and one that you have to wait for. But it is worth it because the final end credits scene connects to the Fantastic Four. And we are gonna talk spoilers about all of it. So hit the like button if you're excited to see the Thunderbolts, and subscribe for more content. I'm gonna be doing more movie reviews as the summer season moves forward. I am stoked, and I can't wait to talk to you guys about all the movies that I'm excited to see. So hit like, hit subscribe, and let's get back to what we were talking about, which is the Asterisk, which refers to the fact that the Thunderbolts really are and become, at the end of the film, the New Avengers. And yeah, while a lot of us saw that coming, the way they did it, the way they spun it into the story really feels earned. And although we've been looking at that Asterisk for months now, it really does feel fun and earned. And it's not the actual title of the movie. The movie's not actually called The New Avengers. The movie is called Thunderbolts. But what's fun is now we know that in the greater MCU, in the next film, we're going to see them as the New Avengers. And it sounds like there's going to be another team of real Avengers, maybe, led by Sam Wilson. And so we will have, legal and non-legal Avengers teams, which is similar to how things were in Infinity War, where you had Cap and Black Widow doing their own thing with their team. It seems like maybe that's where we're going to be in Avengers Doomsday. But yes, the Asterisk means their real name is the New Avengers. And I dig it. I'm cool with it. How do you feel about it? Leave your thoughts in the comments below and let me know, what do you think? Should the movie be called The New Avengers? Should they have just done that in the first place? Or is it cooler that, even though we sort of knew where it was going, that they did it well? It's cool. It's fun, right? We dig it. And then we get the little logo at the end, The New Avengers. I don't know. I liked it. I enjoyed it. Now, I'll quickly go over the film in its entirety as spoilerific as I can, but I don't have anything written down. I saw it at a sneak preview, and this is all me just going by memory. But basically, the idea is that each of the people that end up being members on this New Avengers team have worked for Julia Louis-Dreyfus's character, Valentina Allegra de Fontaine, in one way or another as, mercenaries or killers. So you've got Florence Pugh's Yelena Belova, Wyatt Russell's U.S. agent, Hannah John Carmen's Ghost, and Olga Kurylenko as Taskmaster. Now, two big elephants in the room. One, yes, Sebastian Stan is in the movie. He's just not initially on this little death squad team, right? He's still a politician in the very beginning of the movie, and he is involved with Valentina's character through politics, right? He still wants to try to get things done the right way, but there's a part of him that knows he's got to go old school, get on the motorcycle, get a shotgun. And we've seen that in the trailers. He's going to do that. But in the very beginning, he's not included in this team of people she's trying to have murder each other, right? He's a politician. She can't do that to him. She's trying to tie up loose ends. So he is not included on this initial team. And the second elephant is, yes, Taskmaster does die right in the beginning of the movie. In fact, she is murdered by Ghost because she's good at her job. Taskmaster is shot in the head, point blank, falls to the ground, dead. There's no question about it, and it's a very specific moment in the movie. Taskmaster is dead. And by the way, her death is hysterical because they shoot her in the head, and that's when everyone stops. That's when everyone goes, wait. I know we were fighting. I know we were all trying to kill each other, but you know what? Now that she's shot dead in the head and she actually hits the floor and we're all looking at her dead, everybody goes, you know what? Let's talk. Maybe let's have a conversation. And, they come to the conclusion that, yeah, Julia Louis-Dreyfus is trying to get them all to kill each other. So what do they do now? They need to try to escape. She tries to set the whole place on fire. Basically, the ceiling is an incinerator. Coincidence. All the best buildings have those installed in the ceilings. So whatever. So they come together as a team. They escape from the place and they kick a bunch of butt. And they find that, very obviously, Bob is the sentry, right? And the problem with trailers and stuff is we all sort of know where this is going, and it's also a movie trope, right? We know that if his name is Bob, well, his character has to be as crazy as Superman, right? Just because it's silly that his name is Bob. That's the whole joke, is that he's just some guy, and they do that for a while, and it's a good joke, but we all know where it's going, and I think they don't waste too much time pulling the same joke for that long. It's fine, and we learn he's got some trauma. I do have to say, I didn't love that he's like a meth addict. Like, I get it that he's got problems, but I don't know, something rubbed me the wrong way about it. Like, it's sort of being funny that he's like a methed out sign spinner, and I think that's just because, like, I'm a dad, and so I've got kids, and like I don't want my kids being like, hey, what's meth? Anyway, the movie does a good job of kind of going over what everyone's biggest problems are, what their issues are. Yelena had to kill someone when she was very young. Yelena had to trick someone into getting killed when she was very young. Wyatt Russell's not proud of himself for being a bad father, and the list goes on. Everyone's got their own issues. Everyone's got their own secret pasts. Just like we all do. So, okay, you know what? No, let's talk about Sentry the Void for a second, because I think it's a really interesting character. It's a superhero and a villain simultaneously. And I've got to say, I'm not familiar with Sentry the Void. I'm not a huge comic head. I am a film nerd. But bipolar manic depression manifested as a superhero / super villain. One side completely bright and beautiful, and the other side almost invisible, like a black hole, absorbing all the light and showing nothing. I thought was a beautiful representation and a step forward in quality, in writing, in storytelling, and in figuring out a way to balance having something to say and shoving it down our throats. Somehow, they created a bipolar superhero that isn't a bunch of bullshit. They did a great job. The Thunderbolts does a good job, and I think a lot of people are gonna really like Bob moving forward in this greater MCU. Okay, but seriously, we have to talk about the Fantastic Four. In the post-credits scene, the new Avengers get alerted that an interdimensional spaceship is entering Earth. And yup, it's the same spaceship from the new Fantastic Four First Steps trailer. The Fantastic Four are entering the MCU. Now, we don't know how they're gonna do that, but it makes me want to see the Fantastic Four, and that is what a post-credits scene used to do. It used to get you excited for the next movie, and that's exactly what this teaser does. And this after credits scene really does feel like a teaser for Fantastic Four. And while we don't see them, we see the new Avengers watch their spaceship come crash landing into our atmosphere. Now, while I wasn't not excited to see Fantastic Four, I was going to see it, of course. I wouldn't say I had my hopes up. I've heard some rumors that Robert Downey Jr. is going to be in it as Doctor Doom. I've heard some rumors that Robert Downey Jr. is not going to be in it as Doctor Doom. I'm not sure exactly what I'm excited for when it comes to the Fantastic Four, other than my fingers crossed that it's a fun action superhero movie, like a good time at the movies. I'm fine with that. I would love to go see the Fantastic Four and walk out of the theater saying, hey, that was a cool movie. Just like I'm saying right now, I would be very happy with that. But now, I can't wait to see the Fantastic Four, because now that I know exactly how they're entering the MCU, I'm very excited to see the Fantastic Four First Steps. So, what do you think about the Thunderbolts Asterisk being the new Avengers? Should they have called the movie The New Avengers, or is it the appropriate name being Thunderbolts with an asterisk? Was that just enough to get us all interested and excited to go see the thing? Because I actually think it worked on me, and to great effect. I don't walk out of it going like, oh, that was so stupid. I walked out of the theater with a smile on my face. If you haven't yet, please hit that like button, subscribe for more, and check out this full season 1 review of Dune Prophecy. Was the show as good as the movies? I'll tell you what I think. Let me know what you think in the comments below. This was Film School Dad.